Hi and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147. Happy 6th of December, everybody. I hope you're all having an amazing day. I've had a very productive day, but let's open up Advent number 6. Today we have a very handy Advent. So this is a grip mat. In fact, I might just use this today. So it is double-sided, sticky but not too sticky. And you can use it to hold your tray if you're working on an easel, or you can use it as well to hold a little trashy tray if you want. We do also sell smaller ones, like this very fussy one. It needs a wash. So yeah, when they stop getting sticky, just wash it under the tap and let it dry. So yeah, today's is a little grip mat. So let's use it and see how it goes. I'm used to holding my tray, so I may end up taking it off, but I do often use them for trashies because they work really well for them. Right, I haven't actually lined up my cover papers today. Past couple of days, I did line up my cover papers prior to doing the WIP and Waffle, prior to starting the camera, just to make sure that I had a nice sort of straight edge to work off. Helps if I don't go wonky. Okay, pick an edge and go from there. Right, that matches up with this half. I'm not actually sure if I'm going to end up with a skew F half or not. But yeah, that is day 6 in use already. But I hope you're having a wonderful December. We have quite a okay. I have managed to pull a diamond out of the one below. That is the first time I've ever pulled a diamond out. But then again, this is a very fresh grip mat. Okay. Let's try that. Let's try and do this properly. So let's zoom you in, and I'm going to start with the white again. Scoot my easel over because we're right on the corner today. But yeah, it's been a standard kind of day for me today, so not many major updates. I'm filming this the day before. So it is Tuesday as I'm speaking to you. Got a lot of things prepped ready for shop launch. So that's all been good and productive. It's just been a standard productive Add More Zest kind of day. Also sent a load of spare diamonds out to somebody today who's been patiently waiting initially for me to finish breaking down my heaven and earth design and sorting out my squares box, and then patiently waiting while I got to the point that I could actually get to my spares and actually spend the time pulling out any that were needed. So okay, grip mat is getting used for the trashy tray because pop it over the paper just a bit further up, because I find that I can diamond paint quicker if my tray is held really close to the diamond painting. It's a lot easier. So yeah, productive day all round. I am using today the limited edition pen and tray that launch on Friday at 9 PM GMT. These will be available. You can sign up to be notified via email on our website, but depending on demand will depend on how quick they last, which is why we give a time as well. Okay, comments. Let's see how many comments we can get through. Lynn, she says she knew exactly what day 2 was for when she opened hers. She said she was trying to come up with something funny about having a screw loose, but she couldn't. She said she'll let me know how it works when she comes round to using it. I'm not sure if I read that comment at the end of the last one. Sometimes I get confused. Greesh, she says, hi Rebecca. She says it's great to be participating in another December Advent with you. She is doing the Diamond Art Studio Advent calendar, and she finds herself getting mesmerised by watching me diamond paint that she loses focus on her own. She said, oh well, it's all good. She says she'll get her square done eventually. Congrats on the new shop. She says she looks forward to the virtual tour. Megan is actually doing a square on the Diamond Art Studio Advent today while I'm filming this. I've done the last 4 days. So she's doing day 5 because I'm filming on day 5. But yeah, I've been enjoying it. I have a little system with it now. I am using paper, but I do all of number 3, all of number 2, all of number 1, which is on the background. Then I fill in the number 6, which gives me the number for the day. And then I fill in the little tick AB. So basically I get all the background done as the first instance. A bit like I'm doing now, doing all the white as the background, and then I do the inside part. And how I juggle the numbers really depends on what comes up next. But it definitely takes a while. I definitely have visions of not being able to stay caught up as the month goes on, but we shall see. If I have a bit more time at a weekend, I might try and get a little bit ahead, maybe, so that it can be finished this side of Christmas. We'll see how the rest of this week goes. But if I don't have anything planned on an evening, then I tend to film this video and then go and do my section. I do have a friend coming round later this evening. I ordered some sweeties. She owns the Candy Box shop, which delivers to the UK. There is a link and a discount code on my website for a shop, and I just decided to place an order last night. So she is coming round with that. I thought it will keep me going through launch and production of launch. So it's actually working out quite well. Megan's doing that section, because when I have something on in an evening, I'm not sure when I will manage to get it done. Hence the reason I think I might fall behind, but we shall see. Jess, she says, count me in, she says, as one that knew right away what the pot was with the nut inside was for. She said it was kind of perfect timing as she's misplaced her drill grinder. She's having so much fun this year with the Advent and calendar painting. Awesome. I am recognising some of these comments, and I don't know if it's because I've said them already or if it's because I've sort of read them when they come through, because I do read them when they come through on email, but I normally forget parts of it by the time it's a couple of days later. So apologies if I've said them all before, but Kira, she said it will be weird when we get to the point that younger ones don't know what a cassette tape is. She said, like printed pamphlets, brochures, or let's be honest, printed anything. Polly also said, she said she looked at the pot initially and thought, what the heck? But then it did dawn on her within a matter of seconds what it was for. She said, thank you. She can always use this. I love the fact that when you know, we live and breathe Advent for like the first 6 months of the year while we're getting everything prepped. But I do love the comments and the things that all come off the back of it when things start arriving. And especially with the likes with a little jar with the bolt, like, I knew what it was for. I knew it would probably be useful, but I also wasn't sure how it would be received. So it's really nice that people are liking it as something just a little bit different. Throw a spanner in the works, should we say. Trading to Eternity says they've been really patient and have opened the bags on the day. However, their time zone is basically a day ahead, so they know what's in the bag before others. When they opened the pot, she said she thought we had sent some sweets for sucking. We were very tempted to send something like sweets or treats, but sending them abroad and having a date that's long enough can be really tricky, and rather than have problems with customs in certain countries, I'm afraid there's no sweeties in there, so make sure you get your chocolate stash yourself. She said when she got the top off and saw a nut in it, she scratched her head momentarily, but then realised what it was. Said such a cute little pot. She hopes that I'm over my chest infection soon and can enjoy the holiday season. Yes, I have one more day of like steroids and antibiotics to take. However, I am definitely feeling as though it's gone. It's my voice and my throat, mainly from the steroids. It's like a side effect of the steroids that I'm feeling more now. But in myself, awesome. Haven't really noticed cough, chesty, any of that at all today. So I just sound a bit worse for wear until the steroid stuff disappears, and of course then I cough. She says, all knowing, excuse me, flipping heck, said it out loud. She says, although knowing you, your body and mind, you won't be resting till Christmas Day. No, probably not. Probably not. But I do find that if I am able to plough through, get all the things done that are, on my head that I want doing, and have, the shop fully restocked and all the videos lined up and done and everything else like that, I actually get more out of a rest day than if those things aren't done. So, and it can be like 3-4-fold more out of a rest day when I don't have anything that I am thinking is outstanding. So yeah, I keep going for me as much as for anything else, so that when I do take downtime, I'm not thinking of things I should have done. She said, when does your daughter get back from Australia? She comes back on the 22nd. So yeah, going to be a very exciting day. She says she's looking forward to seeing my Little Dreamers tree in its entirety. And she says love to all the Warburton family. Thank you ever so much. I do pass on all your well wishes to everybody else. I do make sure that they're aware, and I know quite a few of the family members do sort of read the comments as well, so they do get to see them firsthand. They don't always comment back, but they do check it out. Fee, she says, hi Rebecca. She says she is super duper behind on my videos. She has been doing in general diamond painting less as she is feeling a bit burnt out at work. And it does affect it, doesn't it? It does just, you just go into a veggie state when you get home. She said also she's binge watched some shows on Disney. Well, that's not a bad thing, binge watching some shows for a while. She said, so if you answered this in a video that she's not got to yet, she said, apologies. She said, what did you get in the Black Friday and Cyber Monday craziness? She said she hopes that I'm resting as much as I can this weekend and that the chest infection goes away. I actually did not buy anything in Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I didn't pick up anything at all. There wasn't anything that I needed or needed to go look for a good deal on. There is one of the paintings, I think that the same artist as Cosmic Trip that I liked from Diamond Art Club. But Cosmic Trip is still my favourite out of them. So it's one that I'm happy to pick up at the same time as I see another one that I fall in love with, rather than picking it up now while it's, you know, fresh in the Black Friday sort of deals. I've not long ordered from Dreamer Designs because I did pick up a new release that I fell in love with. So yeah, I actually did not buy anything Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I don't know if I'm the only one. I know I even avoided social media as much over those few days. I think Black Friday, Cyber Monday, depending on where you shop, some places hike their price beforehand, so their deals actually aren't as good as you think. I like the ones that, you know, more so do a percentage off. And I have purchased on Black Friday, Cyber Monday before, but for things that I was either thinking of getting or I was waiting for Black Friday to see if there was a deal to get, more so than just going looking at what I might fancy. So yeah, I'm somebody that did not shop on Black Friday. Right, let me get my next number, or letter in this case, the letter O. So I'm going to do this flower, I think, before I move on to the next one. Shadow Kitty says she doesn't use the jar for the purpose of splitting up drills. She said she keeps it in her kit for when she goes to work. She says she doesn't keep her drills separated, so she uses it to store the diamonds to add to her mixed diamonds decoration. She said she loves how secure it is because she doesn't have to fear it breaking open during transport. No, that definitely is a very durable little jar. It's a tough nut, is that little jar. Maybe that's what I should do with all the other nuts that I've got. Maybe I should just get a few more jars and bob them in the shop for people who want a second, or for people who want one and missed out. Maybe we just pop that as an item in the shop because it seems to have been very popular. I'll discuss that with Megan when I come off this WIP and Waffle. She said she saw the launch video and she has decided she doesn't want any of the launch items. She says, though they are gorgeous, but she said she did realise going on the website that there were other things that she wanted, so she did a little shopping splurge early. We have had, there was quite a few orders that actually went out on Monday, which I think have been people wanting some of the new items that have been added, and either don't want to wait for launch and wanted to place 2 orders depending on where they live, or they have decided that, you know, they're the items they want over launch items. So all those orders are on their way to where they belong. She says, love watching these while doing her advent calendar painting. She said it's so enjoyable. It's fun to diamond paint with company. And that's why I enjoy doing these WIP and Waffles, I think, so much as well. Jo says she's enjoying opening a little gift each day. She said aside from the Add More Zest Advent, she also has a jigsaw puzzle Advent, where each day is one section of the puzzle. She said this is the first WIP and Waffle where the time zone has been behind her, because she's currently working in a different country. She says it's taking a little getting used to that your videos don't come out at midnight anymore. She says thank you for all that you do, and she hopes that I feel better soonest. Thank you, Jo. I can imagine, yeah, the time zone will get you just a little bit more, and then you'll be all confused by the time you come back and go through it backwards, and it'll probably take you a while to get used to it again. Time zones are weird things, that's for sure. Gretchner says she finished the bookmark today and loved it. She said it was the perfect small project to get her started again. Oh, this colour goes pretty in this tray. This is X3822. Very pretty. Sorry, sidetracked. Oh, and I missed a W. She said it's perfect small project to get her started again after taking a break from diamond painting. She said she's now cleaned up her work area and pulled out a neglected WIP. 21 sections left in her WIP. She says that's now perfect for working alongside you. Well, I am so glad that it has helped to spark your diamond painting enjoyment again. And by getting your neglected WIP finished, you should be able to start the new year on a nice clean slate. Jeanette says, hi Rebecca. She said she loved the cute honey pot. She said she just wished she had it sooner. She was struggling with diamonds, stuck cat diamonds on her previous canvas. She says, thank you for being a trooper when you're not feeling 100% well. She says, get better soon. Oh, thank you. No, I do enjoy it. I can't miss me Advents. Can't miss me Advent days at all. Right, let me get that pesky little W that's going to drive me up the wall because I missed it. Too busy chatting. Right, and then let's go to some blues. Roz says, oh my goodness, Rebecca, she had forgotten how fun a daily advent calendar is for grown-ups. She said it's the highlight of her day and she is loving it. She says, thank you so much. She says, sorry that I'm not feeling great. And she says, get better soon. Oh, thank you. It's like being a kid at Christmas again, is what it is. Advent calendars should be mandatory for all. Just purely for excitement levels. Mysterious Days, she says, happy Advent. She says she's just getting a chance to watch day one today. So she gets to watch 2 tonight. She loves getting to see the advent calendar since she didn't end up buying it. She says, though it may have given me fear of missing out. I think there's a few that might be feeling a little bit feared of missing out, but there's always another year. She said she intended to do the Diamond Art Studio Advent Calendar, diamond painting at the same time. She said, but it's definitely become a long-term project as the sections, sorry, I got cut off. She said the sections take ages. They do take a while. They take me a while, a good couple of hours I think I spent last night. And it wasn't even a hard section last night. It was what I'd call one of the easier sections for day 4. And it still took me a good couple of hours, which is why I think I'm going to fall behind, to be honest. But we shall see how it goes. It's definitely different, that's for sure. So that part is great fun. She says she doesn't think she's doing it right. She says as she's got blank spaces when following the guide. So instead she is working on a Christmas gift for a friend, a 30 by 40 cross image. She says then she's going to work on one of her WIPs. The only thing to remember, which I'm not sure if you've left a comment later on or if somebody else has left a comment over the last couple of days, or maybe I even read it on Facebook, is there is a section, or there is grid line on the Diamond Art Studio canvas that is a symbol. I can't remember what the symbol is now, but the symbol's actually on the canvas. That is a diamond that you need to do first, and then each chart goes inside that square. So when I actually say I do it in the order of 3, 2, 1, 6 and then the tick, I actually do that outside one first, and I completely forgot to say that. That's the first thing I do, is that outline to give me my frame, and then I do my background, or at least I have so far. Who knows if I'll get bored and change it up partway through the month. Right, what do I want now? Let's go for percentage. Just going for whatever's next across the bottom in the blues. Queen Kaz says, play Rebecca from Admorze. She says she's been watching since I was 4Kids at 147. She says she actually loves watching every year. She said, that is, do you have a calendar? She said she wishes she could buy them. However, she is on a pension, and it's very hard at this time of year, she said, to buy anything, including the advent calendar. She does say that there's a lot of things on my website that she can't afford to do, but she has multiple family members and sisters who do diamond painting. She says she does wish she could buy like a bundle with pens and reusable paper and a pocket thing to pop them in, as well as the stickers in a bundle. We do try and do a few bundles. We do a toolkit bundle and things. But yeah, like I could probably come up with 50 different types of bundles. But there's so many items, sometimes it's like, what do you put with what? But yeah, why don't you put on your Christmas list gift vouchers or something, and then maybe you can create yourself your own little bundle of your favourites, and use it as an opportunity to get the things that you fancy. But don't forget, you don't need it all to enjoy diamond painting and to enjoy these WIP and waffles. So we are still here for a chat, that's for sure. Debbie says she didn't realise what the nut in the pot was for until she watched the video. She says, but she absolutely loves the pot. She says she's going to use it for her trash drills while she's working on her painting. She says she's been wanting to have a small container for that purpose. So it works out perfectly for her. She said day 2, and she's loving the advent calendar. She said many thanks. Yeah, I think they'll actually work. Those little jars will work really well as a portable trash pot. So when you go to take diamond painting anywhere, I know like when I've taken the Paint Gem minis when we went to centre parks and things, like any trash drills that I've sort of found, if I haven't brought my little trashy tray or forgotten it, which is what I do half the time, I'm very good when I'm sat in the conservatory. I'm not so good when I'm filming a WIP and Waffle or going on a trip with it. I find myself just storing a little pile on the table next to me. So I can imagine that jar would be a very handy little go away trash pot. And then wherever you're diamond painting, whatever you're doing, you've just got that little pot there to pop any drills in and pop the top back on. It does make me think we should get some more of those little jars. And maybe make them a website item. Maybe have a look at some different colours as well in case people want them for two different purposes. Kim, she says, have you had many people asking what today's painting is? She says she's wondering how many younger people are doing the painting and wonder what the cassette tape is. She said, does Megan know what it is when you were coming up with this painting? Yes, I will say, I don't know, well, it's probably their upbringing, but yeah, all of mine are aware of what a cassette tape is. They maybe don't know the pain of a cassette tape and a pencil, the pain of actually using a cassette tape when it catches, but they do know what they are. So there was no problem with that. In fact, one of my daughters actually bought a cassette tape that one of her favourite bands brought out alongside an LP. She very much loves her LPs. Liz, she says, thanks for this, Rebecca. She said, hopefully by the time you get round to reading this, my chest infection is getting better, which it is, thank you. She says, and that you're responding to the steroids and antibiotics. She says she's had a viral infection for the last 2 weeks, which has left her with no voice, a cough and a headache. Oh, that's even worse. Well, I suppose luckily for what I do every day with a WIP and Waffle, I don't tend to, I know a few people, like people I've worked with in the past and things, could very much lose their voice the minute they got any sort of infection. Like their voice seems to be one of the first things to go. Maybe not as good for my family, but definitely is for me. My voice doesn't, I don't tend to get affected like that. It just sounds a bit more husky for a while. But yeah, I don't think I could be doing with all of that. That would definitely make for an entertaining time for me anyway. She says she's feeling very fatigued and the lack of concentration has been a killer. She said she's been busy for the last few days, so she didn't manage to start her Advent until the 2nd. She's still juggling writing cards, wrapping presents and making time for herself. Well, I haven't wrapped any presents yet, so you have plenty of time. At the end of the day, there's always Christmas Eve. That's what I say. Why do we always find the energy to do things like that come Christmas Eve if we have to? So make sure you prioritise the rest for yourself over things that can wait a little bit. Oh, she does say she needs to get all the presents wrapped by next weekend as she's visiting family and the bulk need to go with her. Okay, so maybe you can't have a Christmas Eve deadline, but definitely do try and take a bit of time for yourself, or maybe count the presents out. Set yourself up somewhere that your wrapping stuff can stay out count how many presents you've got and get yourself to do X amount, and then you can stop, take care of yourself, and know that you have enough time to do the same again the day after or the day after that. And yeah, just try and look after yourself, really, because it definitely sounds like you are in the thick of it. Right, I'm doing a few little mop-up ones now. I'm not going to use my tray. I'm just going to use my pot, because there's a few that are sort of staring at me as just need a bit of a clean up. Teresa says she loves my videos. She says from her family to mine, thank you. She says Merry Christmas and have a safe and healthy New Year. She said, P.S. hope you feel better soon. Nothing worse than a chest infection. Liz says she's loved day 2 of the Advent. She said she knew exactly what it was when she opened it. She says it's a perfect drill separator. She said she definitely will, it will be going to her diamond painting pencil case. She says she's watching this video on Sunday morning as they went and test drove a car yesterday afternoon, which they ended up buying. Ooh, treat time. She says we are picking it up on Wednesday afternoon. She says, but that's another busy thing to add to her schedule this week. It's normally the way it works, isn't it? You have a busy week, then you just throw something else in it. It's like if you stop. I know definitely this last week, the amount of times I've tried to find something small to do, just for the basis of keeping myself busy. Like if Megan's cooking tea and I need to do this WIP and waffle, like today, it was like, okay, what can I do while Megan's cooking tea so that I don't, in effect, just stop and end up sitting on the couch for too long and then don't want to move and do this video. It's like all busy or all chill. That's kind of the way my life prefers to work. Laura says she opened day 2 and thought, what is that doing in there? She says then she remembered about the tip and trick that was mentioned in a previous waffle, and it made her chuckle. She said, if you know, you know. Yes, there's definitely quite a few people that have watched that waffle, which I think has helped people to realise what it is quicker than they potentially would have done. Debbie says she's loving the daily WIP and Waffles. She said she's going to Hobbycraft and the Range to see if she can find a suitable container for cover paper. She says she loves the new designs and she plans to get an assortment. She says thank you for all your hard work and she hopes that I feel better soon. She says she has an awful cold at the moment, but they don't last long, so all is good. Well, I hope your cold I hope you feel better already from your cold. And do report back if you find something in the Hobbycraft or the Range, please, because my Tupperware tub is not going to cut it for long. It is very much a temporary solution at the moment, but it is actually quite a popular Tupperware tub in our house. So it does need to be upgraded, but also needs to be something that can expand, because I've already stockpiled one of each cover paper in there. And I'm sure I will be adding in more. Well, I know I'll be adding in more as the time goes on. And I'm, slowly working through them, picking them to go with paintings, depending on what it is that I'm doing. Debbie also says, she says, what are fairy dust diamonds, please? Fairy dust diamonds are a new sort of style of diamond that's come out. At the moment, I think it's mainly Diamond Art Club that use them in their paintings. But it's, instead of having an AB coating, they have a glitter coating. It's like a very fine glitter. It's more subtle at reflecting the light and stuff than the AB diamonds are. The ABs are quite strong in their different look, and the glitter's quite soft. But yeah, they're rather nice. Rather nice for something a little bit different. Rebel Jedi says, hi Rebecca, it's me, Eliza. Hi Eliza. She says she's so excited for each day of the Advent. She said she also got engaged to her boyfriend on her birthday on the 15th of November. Congratulations. Huge congratulations. Very exciting time. She said she's so excited to plan her wedding. She hasn't decided the date yet, but she hopes I see this comment. Have a great week. You have an amazing week. You've got some really good planning and research and stuff to do. Sounds like a bit of heaven, a bit of chaos and a bit of heaven. But yeah, thoroughly enjoy the process. And yeah, just enjoy getting everything together. Get a binder together like Monica did. Get all your ideas in one place. Even if you've not picked a date yet, I'm sure you can start planning things that you'd like. Amanda, she says, oh, hello. She says when she's trying to enter the giveaway, she gets an error saying that she's unable to submit the form. Please try again later. She says she's a silent viewer, but she is loving the Advent calendar and all the goodies. She says, thank you for all that you do for us. She says, you've kept me company on many a lonely day. Well, thank you so much for joining us. There has been a couple of people that have had the same problem, though I think it may be something to do with cookies and cache, and sort of your phone or your computer or whatever it is that you're working on, thinking that the page or the website is the same as maybe a June one if you entered June. So all I can suggest is doing the clearing cookies and cache and maybe your history, and just sort of giving everything a refresh and a reboot and see if that works. If you really, really struggle and you're still not able to do it, then do send us a contact us form email with your details for the page. So your name, your email address, and your YouTube username, and we'll bob the entry in for you, because it is working fine this end, and I have had multiple family members checking it, so it must be something to do with the browser or something that you're using rather than the web page itself, if that makes sense, because other people can get on it. Cat Lady says she's completed her bookmark last night. She said it is beautiful and bright. She's also hung up her Advent painting from last year this afternoon. She said it's the only Christmas decoration up other than her wreath on the front door. Aww. She said the rest will be going up the end of next week. She says she's sure whatever I pop in the giveaways will be received with joy. I'm sure. I've started collecting things up and moving them into the Admiral Zest office just to put everything in one place. But I know I have a couple that I've unboxed over the past few months that are sort of tucked away in different places. So hopefully once I finish getting the sort of craft space sorted and the house actually decorated for Christmas, I still only have my tree up with no decorations on it. Then yeah, once I've got all that, I just know I've got time to pull that together. So I keep adding to it little bit by little bit as I remember where I stashed diamond paintings for the giveaway. So I'm going to love that come New Year when they all get shipped out the house, and clear up some space and pass on some love. I just love it all wrapped up. Olivia says she loves my pen. Where's it from? Oh, you've asked for day 3. What did I use for the first couple of days? Maybe day 3. Was that the one from Diana? No, that was my Lays and Lathe Works pen. So Lays and Lathe Works is on Etsy. I think they also have a Facebook group. They are based in the States. And they custom make pens from blanks. So you can choose the sort of design you want and the shape you want. I do have quite a few from them. So yeah, it's from Lays and Lathe Works on Etsy. I will have an unboxing video of it as well on my channel, which should have a link in it, so you can find it there. Inga said her diamond painting table is being used by her hubby today. Oh, I hope he's doing very important work. She said so instead she decorated her Christmas tree while listening to the waffle. She said she could use her little lap table, but it does make her back and neck hurt. She said she'll have to do a catch-up tomorrow to enjoy to the max and be pain-free. Yes, you definitely don't want to have pain with it. The easel has made a huge difference to me when diamond painting, an absolutely huge difference. Maria says she is loving opening her advent calendar. She says it is well thought out items. Thank you. We probably think too much sometimes over items we put in the advents. Constantly on our brain it is, constantly. Denaya, I always say her name wrong. She says she does like the Zesty Zone for a name as well. I like Zesty Zone. She said alliteration is always fun. That's for sure. Though at the minute Luna seems to be responding to "we're going to the office." That's often what I say to her. Quite often with a biscuit or a treat in hand, and then she moves very, very quickly. But she knows that she's going to the office. Catherine, she said, hey Rebecca, she said she finished her section today before the end of the video. She says, though she did start it a couple of hours before. Love it. She says, thank you for the opportunities for the giveaways. So, because we have had a couple of giveaway comments because it is on the 3rd. For anybody that is unsure, I am doing a giveaway for December, multiple different diamond paintings and things. And you only need to enter the giveaway once to be put in to the sort of draw. You go to addmorezest.com, click on the 3 little lines in the top right hand corner if you're on a mobile, or click on the giveaway tab if you're on a computer. It will ask you for a password. So you pop in the password, which is Holly, Holly, all lowercase, and then it will give you details on how you can enter into the draw. Between Christmas and New Year at some point, Megan and I tend to sit down. So Megan has access to the form. We generate a random number. I pick a prize. So I pick a prize. Megan tells me the random number generated thing and tells me whose details match that number. And then I email them. So there's no sort of conferring of anything. I pick a prize, Megan picks a number and tells me whose it is, or number generates a number, should I say. And then we will contact the winners. I will update the giveaway page at some point with a list of the prizes. I just need to gather them all from around the house. She said she's opted to finish a diamond painting during this WIP and Waffle. She said that she already had, as honestly she got confused when she first ordered the advent and she thought it came with the diamond painting. Oh no, it is two separate. It's because it's off an advent event and it doesn't help that last year was an advent painting and an advent calendar, and then this year's is an advent and a calendar painting. So yes, we do need to sort something out with the wording to try and make the words make a lot more sense around this time of year. She says she's loving the event so far and the advent. She says she finished day one's gift before she started her day one section. She said so results. Day two, she said she got so confused with nut. At first she thought it was to weigh down the pot. She said so for now she's using hers as a trash pot and she loves it. She says with the day 3 tool, so the pickup pen, she said, is it possible to change the wax tip to a clear tip as her tip leaves a black residue on her diamonds? Yes, they are replaceable. So they are screwed in, the little tips on the wax pen. You just need to pay attention to any replacements that you may purchase, as we unfortunately found that there are two different types of screw sizes for the replacement tips, and they don't all intertwine. So we do sell the ones in our shop. We have a clearance batch which go with a different type of pen, and then we have the actual replacement tips for those pens as well. I have found I've been using it quite a bit because I started using it on my Diamond Art Studio painting because it was about and it was easy to grab and I knew where it was. And even doing all the white on that, I found that if I do get black wax on the top, I can just rub it off with my finger. So maybe that'll keep you going for a bit. But there are a few different colours. We do red, no, sorry, not red, pink, blue, black and white. Both pens and tips. So you can interchange them if you want to. Anika says, hi Rebecca. She said she did understand the little pot. She says cute. She says she loves the wax pen. She says she's got several of them, but one more doesn't hurt at all. That's my reasoning. I have about 4 or 5 now, and they just sit in different cases for different paintings. And I'll still struggle to find one when I need one. So I definitely added that black one to mine. She said yes, she would be grateful to receive a 60 bottle case even if it's been used before. She says those are expensive. Okay, so I will probably put in the giveaway a couple of my 60 bottle cases from my Heaven and Earth design. So when back 4 years ago, when I started my big Heaven and Earth design, I bought 4 60 bottle cases to store the diamonds in because that's all that was available back then. There wasn't as many fancy designs as there are now, or loads of different styles. So I just got 4 different coloured zips. Of course, my case selection has grown since then, and I do have a few with pretty patterns on and things. But yeah, these are probably, even though they're 4 years old, they're the most lightly used out of all my cases. So I will pop some of those in the giveaway as well, so that there's an option to win some storage and accessories, which are always fun. Sharia Uggles says, good morning, Rebecca. She's another long time lurker, but first time commenter. It's amazing how the long time lurkers come out at Christmas and June Waffle. I love it. But by all means, if you prefer to lurk, you lurk. It is not compulsory to comment, but I do love it around the waffle times when a few people choose to speak up. She says she loves my channel. She said she was trying to enter for the giveaway, but it won't let her check the box to consent. So yeah, if you clear your cookies and your history and your cache type thing, and sort of reboot your browser, whatever you're using, and then try again. If not, use the contact us form with all the details for the giveaway that I mentioned before, and we'll bob it through for you and get you on that spreadsheet list, because that gives you a number. That's why even when people email, we pop them into the spreadsheet, because we use the numbers down the side. So we tell it to pick from number 2 to whatever number we're up to pick a giveaway winner from that, and then we use that line of the spreadsheet to let the winner know that they've won and what they've won. So yeah, anybody having trouble with that, try your little bit of, turn it off and back on again type things, and if it still doesn't work, then bob us a contact us form and I'll tippy-tap the details in. Right, day 6 is done. I'm kind of liking all these little halves all over the place. I think the next section is going to be a load of fun. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me for today's WIP and Waffle. I will speak to you all again tomorrow.